that's it. I'm happy. I actually can sit down.
Like if you want to, yeah, I can do this a little bit as well.
Can I stand here? Is that in
Yeah, no, yeah. I just was going to message you in a couple of minutes.
Going to see Auntie Diana?
Oh, yeah. I love big fan of Brody's.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it? Yeah, so we got tickets like probably 6 months ago and I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, hell yeah. All my friends
Yeah. Check. 1, 2, 3. Check. This is Zach.
1, 2, 3, ABC. 1, 2, 3, ABC. Hello and welcome to Lightwood Park. That's how I talk.
Very high pitched.
Yeah. Love the ultras down here.
Yeah. Reminds me of the old Olympia days, you know, when they used to sit in the corner of the...
Oh, yeah, the little where they had the little bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably just their underratings.
Yeah, it will be. I reckon even younger. Let's go 15s.
Yeah.
Don't give them too much credit.
I haven't done the bench for any but I don't really know too much about that.
Cool. I've got the recent results. If you're happy to do the table again.
Yeah. I better get that up actually. Yeah.
Oh, drink bottle. Cheers. No, I'm okay. I think I'm all good standing. I'll let you know if I need to grab it at some point. Just wait for my first run post ACL on Thursday. It's nice. Bloody sore. I went for another one this morning. So hopefully, start doing it a bit more now.
Maybe just double check the last couple of games of City in particular as well.
Yeah, so City 4-1 Dev, 3-1 City.
So they beat Dev. Yeah, that's two good wins.
It's a huge win. I think that was away from home as well.
I would say Kim. Yeah. Kim. Yeah. Yeah, I think most Korean names are sort of first name. Yeah, they're Hyunmin Kim. Yeah. Kim.
Makes sense to go by your first name first.
They have a Kim on the bench for Lonnie as well.
Second name's Kim.
Yeah.
To do a timer on my phone.
Oh yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah, I always forget.
Yeah. First half normally you can just sort of do it just by the timer.
Apparently the scoreboard in the South game was like 15 minutes behind.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah.
Just watched some of it.
Yeah.
We can't.
I still think we did a good job of painting a picture of how long was left, to be honest.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yes.
There's just two guys. Actually, it's the same. Hello and welcome to Lightwood Park on a splendid Saturday afternoon for this NPL matchup between Kingborough and Launceston City. Getting close to the end of the season here in the NPL, and this looms as one of the biggest games on the run home. Lonnie City trying to chase down a maiden NPL title, 2 points behind, 5 points behind South Hobart with a game in hand, so 2 on paper. And this Kingborough team, working their way into third at the moment, will want to spoil the party and push for their own second place finish. Both teams making their way out. As I said, a beautiful sunny day here at Kingborough. My name's Alex Mummery, and alongside me today is Zach Peace. And Zach, as we talked about a little bit in pre-game, bit of a danger game here for Lonnie City potentially.
Yeah, massive danger game for Lonnie City. 5 points behind, but with that game in hand, makes for a very exciting day here down at the Den. Pretty sunny, although in pretty typical Kingborough fashion, there's a wind, and it's a little bit fresh, and I reckon as the game goes on, it might get a little cooler, but right now we've got a nice bit of sun onto us and a cracking game of football coming right up.
Yeah, we'll quickly run through the lineups as the teams go through their program ritual. Just a bit of a handshake happening at the moment. So for Kingborough, the home team in the traditional blue and black stripes, we have Massa Kawano in goal, Joe McShane, former Lonnie City player, playing fullback for them. Greg Downs, Kim John Min, Max Pollara, Noah Mees, who's been banging in this season, as has Eli Lutmer from centre-back. Emmanuel Ponce, Rowan Pitt on the wing, who's had a really good finish to his season, with Hugo Schwartz and Ryan Cook to round out the 11. And for this Lonnie City in the all-black today, it's actually a little bit of a clash now I think about it.
Point that out. Yeah.
With Lockie Clark in goal and Jack Woodland, who also has had a great season. Kazuki Hashimoto, Mana Yongtun, Angus Taylor, Tyson Matthews, Will Humphrey, Alec Harris, Ben Burles, Daniel Latinovich, and Thierry Swaby, the danger man as ever for Lonnie City. Big news there is no Toby Simeone today, who's been in exceptional form since he's come back in the side the last few weeks. And so that might create a little bit of a different dynamic to this one, Zach.
Yeah, you look at the way that City played, especially in that South Hobart game where Alex and I had the pleasure of commentating on what was probably the game of the year so far in the NPL. And he provided a bit of a different outlet for City. They were able to play a little bit more direct. So potentially today they may look to play their pretty typical possession-style game, and noting that they've come off a huge win against Devonport last weekend as well. So hopefully they won't want to slip up today against a pretty strong Kingborough side, who obviously is sitting third, so they've had a pretty good season themselves in comparison to previous years.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more of a sort of pace-focused lineup here with a bit less on the wing. A bit more of a 4-3-3 traditionally, 4-2-3-1 sort of shape. But yeah, massive game here, the run into the end of the NPL season 2025. And we are underway here at Lightwood Park. Greg Downs getting us underway with what's become a bit of a trend in football at the moment, the long diagonal down into the corner.
And not quite the same as South Hobart, where they had the American football style halfway run out, but still aiming for that corner every time.
As Will Humphrey gets his first taste of it. Ground's in a bit of... It's been one of the better grounds in southern Tasmania the last couple of seasons. It's not looking tremendous today. A few sandy patches. A few bits are torn up.
It looks like they've moved the ground over a little bit as well. You can kind of see on the... I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but there's a slightly lighter line on the left-hand side. So obviously they've moved the pitch back just a little bit where those sandy patches are in the middle of the field. Probably looking after the goal boxes as well. You can sort of see the stand there, which is very good news for the goalkeepers who won't need their towel at the beach today.
And they might get tested here as Greg Downs puts a long ball in. It's a bit of a chaos ball. Mees had a mark and just let that bounce past him. And here we go on the counter-attack. Lockie Clark straight away with a lovely throw to Taylor. He gets around Schwartz. Another challenge comes in. Beautiful balance throw. Taylor sets it up and it's almost tapped in by Thierry Swaby. That was some beautiful counter-attacking run from Angus Taylor. And that's the danger of Lonnie City, and the distribution as well from Lockie Clark, absolutely top-notch.
Yeah, how easy is that? One throw out. Taylor's one-on-one with the centre-back there for Kingborough in Hugo Schwartz. And he was left one-on-one, and Hugo's got many strengths, one of which is not his pace. So Angus Taylor will be licking his lips every time he gets a one-on-one against Schwartz today.
I don't have the Schwartz duo today, so not on the team sheet as far as I can tell for Kingborough. But yeah, Hugo's made a good impact for them this season, coming in to complement Eli Lutma. And City tried to get some control, but Max Pollara picks the pocket and he goes wide. Daniel Ponce with his first touch of the game, and he goes around. There's a few Lonnie City shirts around him. Sets it back up for Pollara. Nice ball in, and Pick tries to play it back. Pollara, nice quick feet, able to recycle it to McShane. A loop ball and doesn't find the target there. It's a bit better for Kingborough.
Yeah, good signs. Ball went out on the left-hand side. They were happy to bring it into the centre. Use their number 9 to lay it off to their 10 and then spread it out to the opposing wing. Good signs for Kingborough.
Greg Downs just goes through, clips the back of Thierry Swaby. Not too much in that one, but yeah, as mentioned, Zach, they do have a lot of sort of similar profile players here. Smaller, quicker players can sort of buzz around Noah Mees, who's more of that traditional hold-up player.
Yeah, we also saw Cook overlapping there on the left-hand side, and nothing better than having a left footer playing at left back, and he's got quite a good left foot on him, so I'm sure he'll be whipping some balls in as the game goes on.
Definitely got such good delivery at times, Ryan Cook. That's probably their one weakness, I'd say, Kingborough this season, is they don't have a lot of pace in that back four, just generally. Jeremy Shane a little bit, but can get a bit caught on the counter, so they'll have to manage Thierry Swaby very well today.
They do have pace up top. I reckon he's one of the bigger players in the competition as Swaby chases after one down in the corner.
Do test that pace out there. We just mentioned it, but Eli Lutma, he covers off well and gives Guano a little bit of a challenging ball. He just takes the ACR action and says, we'll have a corner, thanks.
I think Kingborough will be happy if they're playing long balls like that. Like, Eli Lutman is probably one of the stronger players in the competition at centre-back, and his ability to use his body to make sure no one can get in behind will definitely play into the favour of Kingborough. It's when City have the ability to be able to run at the defenders is when it's probably going to be a little bit more nasty for them.
He just reads the game so well as well, Eli always has. Since he was a young fella coming through the state system.
Former NTC player.
Yeah, the Melbourne Victory game many years ago now. Here goes Will Humphrey off the corner. It's a nice curling delivery. Gets a good clean header, but hands in the back. Jumps to the referee as it's Greg Downs, who just got climbed over by Daniel Latinovic.
Referee today is Copra, so looks like we're not going to be here for exactly 90 minutes. We might be paid for a little bit longer today, Alex.
We'll see about that. Again, this could be a really crucial game for either team. I think a point doesn't really do either team very much good here. So I'll have to check the goal difference in that. There's a bit of chase down for Burles. He can't corral that one.
Yeah, Burles has played on the bench the last few times I've commented City. I know he looks like he's quite a pacey player, but similar to how they set up last time, I wonder if that right winger might be playing more of a defensive role, especially with what Cook can do with the ball at his feet.
Drew comes through. Breakdown's looking for his trademark through pass. And Nick not in the vicinity. So, just across again. Pretty uncharacteristically just controls that one. Shimoda can't get his way through either.
Just listen to those signs. I can't imagine what it would have been like to commentate in the 2010 World Cup with those movie sellers. I'm struggling to think a little bit in there more than 100 metres away.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a trademark down here at the Den the last few seasons, probably starting last year. But I think it's a fairly made up of most of the Kingborough junior players. We've got the ultras behind the stands. I remember the cup game down here last year was a lot of fun. I think both Glenorchy and Kingborough bought sorts of different instruments and it made a lot of noise. But yeah, it is be a little bit hard to hear yourself think as that ball comes across, and the radar's a little bit off as both teams sort of just trying to find out whether they can play through each other's midfield at the moment.
From the games that I have watched with Kingra as well, Kawano has been quite good with his feet. More than happy to absorb the pressure and play into his six. And Greg Downs, well, obviously not one of the quickest players in the comp. He is one of the most experienced, obviously having spent a lot of time in the UK as well, and very experienced player at South Hobart who doesn't mind having a player behind him and then receiving the ball. And you kind of need that in your six, and it's the same with City, with Woodland. He doesn't mind a little bit of pressure behind him as well, and happy to kind of have the ball come into him.
Yeah, Downs also just has that range of passing and dead ball accuracy as well.
Doesn't mind the shot either.
Yes. So, as we said, we've got this setup where they've got probably 5 or 6 almost little quicker players. He's on pitch trying to apply pressure right now, and that can set sort of Downs and knees in that spine just to do a little bit different. Finding range of passing or holding the ball up is now Kingborough trying to play out a little bit of a dicey ball. Schwartz is going to have to be good here. Cook played up the line. That's nicely done by Ponce. He goes around one City player. Done by Woodland, who's just in the area, and he gets followed through on by Ponce. And there's advantage to play. Swaby now can't get through. A nice challenge from Craig Downs.
Who is it there? I think it's Ponce.
Ponce is down as well.
Yeah, holding his arm.
Swaby hits and almost doesn't quite catch that one very well. Nice turn from Thierry Swaby. A bit of coming together. I don't think anything to do. Really, I thought Jack Woodland got the ball first and got taken out, and then Ponce is also sore after the contact.
Yeah, he just stood his ground. He's a big man, Jack Woodland, so Ponce just come off second best when he was the second person to get there as well.
It comes out to Kim. And Ponce will get it now. He's not in top shape after that challenge. Cook's coming to midfield. Tuck in.
Whenever you get the ball though, all of a sudden you don't feel as sore.
That's for sure. Kalara, nice challenge. Defensive covering by Yong Tun. Snuffed out Waylay Lutmer with a whippet-like challenge in front of Thierry Swaby. Yeah. Yeah, it just makes that defensive sort of equation for Kingborough today a little bit easier not having Simeone. It's sort of like, let's put our eggs in the Swaby basket. Yeah, obviously Angus Taylor as well, but just a little bit easier for this back four to manage.
I think if you're the Kingborough centre-backs, you kind of want to have a bit of presence about you, and every time Swaby and Taylor do get the ball, really put that bit of pressure into them and not let them turn, because as soon as they get space, that's when they're at their best, right?
Absolutely. Nice one throw. Again, to talk a little bit about that breeze in pre-game. It's blowing just towards that corner over there where the ball trickled out, so made Eli Lutmer's job a little bit easier than it would be under circumstances. That's a Kawano. We'll see. Looks like he doesn't want to play out. His delivery. And I think Kingborough will be wanting to trust their tall timber of Downs and Means. They both win a header, but no one gambling off. Just out of play.
I don't think City would be too happy with the way they've started so far. They've played very direct. They haven't really had much of a chance to kind of look after the ball for a little bit. Kingra's probably had the most of it so far, but we are early days, only roughly 10 minutes in.
Yeah, again, speaking back to that South Hobart game 2 weeks ago, they were just absolutely on it from that first 10 minutes. Today they've come out a bit sluggish, obviously having to play that catch-up game midweek as well against Devonport, which they did run out pretty comfortably in the end. But that might also play a little bit of a factor, given the pitch also a little bit heavier down here, having to travel as well.
Yep.
All of those factors as we creep towards the end of the season. Most players will have some sort of soreness or a bit of argument happening over against the throwing.
Yeah, what are we, 20 games into the season, and then you add in pre-season cup, you add in the FFA Cup as well, and all of a sudden you've played close to 30 games, and potentially your legs are starting to get a bit sore. You can see the finish line in sight, but for City, you've got that carrot in front of you, right? Like, you know you've got to come out today and really get after it and make sure that you win this game to put all the pressure back on South.
Yeah, it's nice clip put out by FT Media during the week as well, profiling Monash City as a club, Lockie Clark and Will Humphrey, just talking about how it's a bit unusual for this club to be chasing for a title and how much they really are appreciating that opportunity and really trying to put everything they can into it. So they're really focused on the task at hand as that ball comes back to Humphrey.
I love the team with a rich history like Monash City as well as a former Juventus up north to reinvent themselves and manage to finally be back towards the top end of the table where I'm sure they feel like they belong.
Always good to have a powerful club. Launceston as Hashimoto barges his way through. About 3 different challenges goes in. Might has a few questions for the referee there.
I just had a quick look at the South Hobart score as well, and they're already 1-0 up against Clarence. So
should mention that. Max Clark in his post-game interview a couple of weeks ago said that Monash City do have the harder run in, and South really, apart from Devonport on the last day, no shade to Clarence or Bonnie United. They played last week. It's not quite the murderer's row of Devonport, Kingra, and then a derby against Riverside to finish it out for Monash City. So,
and Devonport were fourth this year. Obviously not their strongest of years, but no easy game. And then especially if they can take care of business here, I think they've got an easy one next week for Monash City.
Odds cutting through those challenges there. Up easily by Lockie Clark. That's a nice ball from Humphrey. John Toon's got quite a few Kingra shirts to deal with. And almost works his way up. It's a nice challenge by Kim. Ponce again with a lovely turn. Uses those hips so well. Gets it back off the ricochet. And another nice challenge made there by Tyson Matthews.
Just on that matchup, that's twice now Ponce has kind of faked this fizzy going inside and then the ball's kind of let run. If you're Tyson Matthews, he's now done that twice, so I feel like the next time he's probably going to overcorrect, and if you're Ponce, all you need to do is a little touch inside and you're out. So I feel like Matthews probably just needs to get his head in the game a little bit more, and obviously Ponce is quite a crafty player, but you just hope the next couple of times he can potentially get a foot in and maybe make a challenge.
He's got a bag of tricks, that's for sure. I think some people don't always appreciate the carry on. You can see he's just circling around Lockie Clark at the moment, doing laps of him. As Pollara puts that in, Clark claims very powerfully there. And he drops it off the back of Eli Lutman. Lutman was not trying to obstruct there. I thought that might have been a little bit on the keeper, just not having his awareness about him. But referee pulls it after it's being infringed. I admittedly haven't read the law recently. I know they are changing the 8-second next season.
Are they shortening that?
They're extending it to 8 seconds. 6 seconds, 8 seconds. Yeah. But it only starts when everyone clears out of the box, and if you hold on to it for 8 seconds, they'll hit a corner. So that's a new change. Instead of just this arbitrary, maybe 6 seconds, maybe we'll call it, maybe we'll do a preview. So.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think 6 seconds is more than enough time. You want to try and speed the game up, not slow it down, but I'm sure that there's smarter minds than me that have come up with that concept, Alex.
Essentially, yeah. So Clark just uncharacteristically beautiful claim, but quite his kick drive, and Monash City will try and go direct here. A nice floated ball up, and Taylor and Lutmer duel for it. It's gone out wide, and Swabi can't get around McShane.
In that last game against South Hobart, I thought City's deliveries from corners at times were not quite to the right spots. You hope today, especially knowing how good Kingra are in the air between Lutmer and Mees to be able to defend these corners, they need to be in the right spots.
Yeah, I think that's an advantage for Kingborough today, apart from Lockie Clark, obviously, so good above his head. You cross the rest of the park, probably slightly better in the air. You've seen a few direct balls being snuffed out. Taylor's ball's a little bit better this time. Suavi got his head on it and it ricocheted off Pollara. Just mark him. It's a good little front post header and nicely covered in the end by Max Pollara, but that could have gone anywhere. Could have found its way back of there quite easily.
I think that's the move for them today, those lower, harder corners to really just kind of get in those dangerous areas, because if it's floated in between Kawano, who's obviously not the tallest of keepers, but with the tall timber they've got in there, they're going to be able to deal with it.
Taylor will line this one up again. Got that win to deal with. It's a little bit shorter this time, goes to the feet of the front postman this time, but Pollara again, nicely positioned. He gives him a shove on the way through. Probably didn't need to do that. He's a little bit salty about that decision. So he's still holding onto the ball. But like fair enough from back here. Just a little bit unneeded from the dynamo of really have enjoyed his work this season. Came into the league. Provides a different dynamic sort of play through that midfield. Ball carry well. Humphrey, another ball in. Chinovich is in the area. Still got to sit up for Yongtung. Doesn't quite. So we'll just recycle. Poses out a nice ball. Harris just does well in the end to compose and recycle. And now City thought they want a bit more controlled possession. It's pretty congested up there.
Hashimoto's been quiet so far. The ball hasn't really gone out that left-hand side all that much, but he's probably one of my favourite players to watch in this competition. As a centre midfielder myself, I love the way that he's just composed on the ball and can just bring his teammates into the game and inverts himself from that left-hand side into the middle to be able to play as almost a fourth centre midfielder for City at times.
I think that might be a characteristic of today. You see Cook as well is very comfortable, has played in midfield a lot, tucking inside, and I think that's actually been a feature of this early part of the game where very congested in that middle, making the ground feel very small at the moment. Mees wins a nice header. Sit up for Pollara. Downs. Poking it to the wrong kick direction. Gives it up for Pollara. It's the best ball and a bit of miscommunication at the back there. Looks like it's just clearing and Clark could hear the call from Clark. It's definitely early enough.
I don't think Mees is in a great position there either. I feel like he was probably could have started a little bit deeper and then moved towards the front post. He was already at the front post, so if they do get a cross in, what's he really going to be able to do with that? Not much.
Just a little bit more active in the box here, especially how sort of congested the game's been so far. A nice long throw from Ryan Cook. Nice challenge. Bit out of play.
Here we go again.
City were very organised in these situations against South Hobart as well. Woodland's in front of Noah Mees and Humphreys behind him. They know he's the target. Hashimoto this time goes in front and Humphrey, nice free header away. Followed up by Greg Downs. That could have been a dangerous sort of shot. Lutmer in there, nods it down, Pitt. And away by Hashimoto. It's up for Taylor now. Brings it down. Schwartz sweeps off well. Next Ponce. Can he use his quick hips again? Does well to get the situation. And then Burles goes through, cuts in front. Definitely trying to earn a free kick there. Referee says no. Rightfully. Downs with the pressure behind him. And nice play from Downs and Lutmer there. That's what you want from the experienced player. And then Lutmer puts it in a good area. Pitt who slips. Chinovich is under pressure and Clark again through the sand there. Does well. Round today. A little bit challenging for the players here. And the game's opening up now. Young Toom. Over from Suavi. Nice little chip. Burles is going to have to do on his bike. And Joe McShane's switched over from the other flank while going over to take that long throw.
Yeah, Lutmer will be disappointed with that long ball he's played before. He had a one-on-one between Pollara on that left-hand side. It was a slight miskick, but it still brought Pitt into the play. Considering his pace up the top there, he's going to be able to create a little bit.
I really like throwing Pitt coming through 2 years ago at Knights. And first full running scene is a Swabi tries to get through. Nice feet. Can it sit up for Swabi? It can't. Shane has to get rid and does. Woodland tries to knock it back in. And nice little swivel in the end.
Swade had a chance to shoot there. He just waited for the perfect shot. All he needed was a little toe poke. And, I mean, Kawano would have struggled to be able to get anything on it considering how close he was to the goal.
Just wanted that real clear air, but sometimes you just got to have to do something's good enough sometimes. Doesn't have to be perfect. But probably the best opportunity for City today. It's been a game of a few opportunities so far. Lutmer again, flipping it off well. Shane just hands that one. Taylor, nicely done by Eli Lutmer. That was beautiful centre-back play.
So strong, wasn't it? Did just side by side, use his body perfectly to be able to step in across and win the ball without giving away a foul.
Taylor has had a few good runs today, but really well marshalled so far. I think Downs and Lutmer are really taking it on themselves to manage the Swabi and Taylor threat today. On paper, you think they've got the pace, shooting at that, just all that experience and knowledge. As that ball comes in, Downs with a nice big header. Had to be a little bit better from Kim, but does well in the end. Young Tun. Less. Turns around nicely, cuts in on that left foot. Dummy in with Shane, puts it away.
Yeah, lovely little turn there by Burles. I actually didn't realise he was left-footed until he kind of cut in there, and then the way he kind of shaped at it, it was kind of perfect for one of those little finesse shots into the corner, but looking to do the team thing and bring his teammates into play.
Wasn't a bad ball, but work it out in the end. Shane's under a lot of pressure now. Does well to get out of it. Downs knowing he has time to turn there well. Sinovic mishandles that one and Pitts steals it off him. Can he get in behind? It's nicely covered by Matthews. A lot of trouble otherwise. Clark also needs half a sniff and then panics a little bit on his delivery. Pollara put City straight under the pump. Again, Pollara, nice feet. Uses his quickness well. Can he go around the outside of Latinovic? Sets it up and away. It's for Pods. Deflected for a corner.
I love Polara's game so far today. He's not the quickest of wingers, but it just shows that if you're able to use your pace at the right times and use your passing and skill to be able to bring others into the game, it can create space for yourself in other times. Especially on that right-hand side, I wouldn't mind seeing maybe him and Ponce swapping at some point and maybe bringing Polara back onto that left-hand side just so he can kind of cut in, but Ponce obviously running a bit of a bar for Tyson Matthews at the moment.
I think a little bit of switching going on between Pitt and Pollara. Pollara will pick this one up. It's a nice delivery and a good clean header and over the top. It was Cook on the end of that one. Hard to get that one down just the way the City opponent was defending him. But again, Kingra in the air today looking very dangerous.
Yeah, those set pieces, they just look so likely, don't they? With the tall timber they've got in there, and you wouldn't have said City are a small team by any means, but just with how strong the more experienced guys are in the air, you always think they're going to be a fair chance.
And again, missing Toby Simeone today as well. Not that he's probably doing that much defensive work, but can be a bit of a weapon for City in that direction. And Pollara again tries to get that ball carry going. Well done by Hashimoto. Uses his strength well. Turns well and then gets chopped a little bit. Keeps running and a big challenge to Downs. Puts it back into Pollara. Kim relieves the pressure to Kingra now. Bit of a dicey ball for Kawano. Very confident with his feet though. Yeah, Schwartz a lot of work to do and he'll be happy to just find the line. But well done by Burles to keep it in that boxed in area. And Ponce another nice little kick around the corner. Wanted to be sent. He just goes back inside. Does go around Young Tun. It's a little bit clumsy, but effective in the end. Pollara now.
Too easy. He just managed to skip past him, and Young Tun didn't put any body into him.
It was a stronger header than he might have liked there. Takes it down well. Turns the corner again. Out for a foul. Keep doing so as a referee. And real complaints from the actual players on the field.
Could have been a foul there. It sounded like there was a little bit of boot on boot there, but corner's pretty much the same result as what a free kick would have been there.
Yeah, I think they'll be pretty happy to take this. Polara's delivery was bang on last time. Kid's starting to get himself in the game. So he comes from football pedigree. Father won multiple premierships at state titles at university in the early 2000s. Played many years there.
And you get him up at the bees, Alex.
Well, have to have a chat to his dad. That's a nice ball in, and Rowan Pitt does get on the end of that one. But yeah, also sister plays at Knights now, and younger brother as well. So they're much more of a Knights family these days. Rowan's down again now. Here he is now. Poke back to Pollara. Tees it up, and his was in the area. Well, snuffed out by Woodland.
As a good number 6 should, just knowing exactly where he needs to stand for those little cutbacks. Because you don't want your centre-backs potentially that high up, but the 6 has a little bit more licence to kind of read the play and step in where he needs to.
We're putting the pressure on City now. It goes inside this time. That's well snuffed out again. They're just solid enough back there, Lonnie City.
It's looking dangerous, though, isn't he?
Starting to get on the ball, and that's what you want. Just Ponson and Pitt, Lara, using their creativity to maybe set something up for the likes of Mees.
3-piece.
Goes down. So another beautiful nickname they can start using down here at the 10. Hashimoto, though, running. Leaves it behind and downs again with a nice challenge. He's been active early. That was just a little bit rash, I think, when it gets in the way. That's a beautiful little pull through. Nicely shielded off by McShane and Lutmer. And the game opening up a little bit now. A big sliding challenge from Lutmer. This is everything, thankfully, I think, for the sake of his King record and potentially other player as well. Ball goes through and Shane heads away.
Woodland was just like, bring that on. You saw Lutmer come in, and even towards the end of it, obviously the ball had already gone, but you did see those studs a little raised. So I'm sure Eli's just wanting to put his feeling into this game and let everyone know that he's here.
Absolutely. I think, City also have a game in hand on Kingborough, but they've got a lot to play for today, the Lions. They want to cement their top 3 position. If things break their way, they could finish second as Lutmer wins that one, and they get a little bit of contact on the way through. City will
Dived into that one, didn't he?
reload here. And nicely snuffed out again by Greg Downs. City now trying to turn the furnace up here. Ball and away by Greg Downs again. Safety first for Lions.
Yeah, just thinking about the shape of the two teams, that they're really playing quite similar. So they've got the 2 deepest 6s or defensive midfielders as they go short here.
Hashimoto put it in, nicely set up. Kawano's going to have to be good, and he's good, and gets taken out in the process. No untoward feeling there from Jack Woodland. He had to go for that too, but well done by the Kingborough keeper.
Always a nervous moment though when the goalkeeper either drops the ball or falls into the goals. You're waiting for that referee whistle, and 90% of the time it does come, but in those really sour moments sometimes it doesn't, and you don't like seeing the ball go to the back of the net.
Yeah, don't want to talk to any Manchester United fans about that after last week, but other people to discuss. And
another long year for us, I reckon.
It looked a bit better. We'll again save that discussion for another time, but Downs, he'll go direct here and play. You're saying, Zach, about the matching sort of similar formations.
Yeah, so Woodland and Downs playing as those deeper defensive midfielders and really just sort of stepping in when they need to. And then even the 2 centre-backs as well, they're both quite good ball players on either side between Lutmer and Schwartz, and then also with Latinovic and Humphrey. I went back there for a second, but both players on both sides always happy to play with the ball and use the feet of their midfielders to try and bring out the play.
Sometimes you get that sort of stalemate effect when you've got the 2 similar formations, and probably City on paper the stronger team, but I wouldn't say by a huge amount. Especially without Simeone today.
And looking at the setup of the City team as well, they're not playing that 2 up top like they did with Simeone. They've got Swaby playing as more of a traditional left wing, and obviously him and Taylor are probably swapping at times, and they've got Burless on the right wing. So it is more of a traditional 4-3-3 than potentially that kind of, I don't know what you would have called that formation last week, but against South Hobart, but it wasn't quite a traditional 4-3-3 or 4-2-4.
One you'd whip out on Football Manager, that's for sure. Give full credit to Daniel Syson for that, but still got work to do with these 3 games to play. We'll head away. Got the line for Harris. Just a lot of the ball thus far, Alex Harris. Lara trying to stick it through. A little bit of got a shout for handball, nothing doing. Hashimoto under a lot of pressure in this midfield area. Symmetrical effect again taking hold as Downs just says, let's get it forward. That might be the more pressure option today. In an area where we can apply a bit of pressure and hopefully the other team will make a mistake.
Yeah, Mee's kind of playing a little bit further back into the midfield, and Pitt's probably playing more as that last man. So potentially Kingra need to kind of change their style a little bit if they are going to look to go long. That they do need to bring Mees into the game, as they do just there, as he coughs up the ball.
Yeah, a little flick around the corner, doesn't quite come off. Again, just a lot of challenges going in, big, hard, strong challenges. There's another one for Eli Lutman. Gives them a bit of applause on the way through for calling a throw-in for Kingra.
Yeah, I think that clap might have also been towards Slavey a little bit there. You don't mind that as a defender. You don't get many chances to score, so any one-on-one win you take, you're counting those on one finger.
Kim through, conscious on the shoulder. Matthews there. This time, and he can drive into midfield. Taylor. So shielded off by Cook, and he's tucking in well. Maybe City just having to spread their wingers nice and wide just to spread these back four out. Quite any penetration through this midfield right now. Harris, that's Hashimoto. We'll go into the channel. Lutmer back in. 9, if not 10 times out of 10 times in that sort of situation. Now Kingborough walk it out for Schwartz. Nice direct ball over the head of Lutinovic. Pitt took a good position up there, and he will get the ball in the end. Chops it back into the middle. Potts was on the penalty spot. He's almost playing it out now 10 here. Pretty characteristic. Lutmer again with a big sliding challenge, and it'll go out of play.
It's done well there. The 50-50 challenge goes straight into the opposing attacking player, and then they win the throw. It's good to see Schwartz picking up the ball and trying to drive forward. A lot of that ball's coming out from Lutmer, which you can completely understand is arguably one of the best centre-backs in the state. But you saw from Schwartz there, he does have quite a good pass on him. So I would like to see him maybe step in a little bit more and potentially noting that we're going to have a little bit more pressure on Lutmer to see Schwartz maybe take that on a bit more.
It's, Downs potentially, just going shot after he won the ball there. That was we were cry out in pain there a little bit. Ginger, that experience, those ones don't get any easier as you get older.
But he is a physio, I believe, so probably able to tell himself what the issue is.
Himself? Yeah, I think Schwartz has been a big, obviously Osho's been down here for maybe 2 years now, and then bringing his brother across from Olympia. I mean, Jacob Schuchsloot, as he's done well with South East this year, was great last year, but just struggling with injury probably the last couple of seasons for Kingra. So there was a big question mark over who would play that second centre-back position for them this season. I think Schwartz has really stepped up well.
And South East obviously winning the championship. I think it might have been last weekend or potentially the weekend before. So Schuchsloot, the two of them winning their second straight. South East, obviously Jacob's first one, but it'd be good to see South East potentially, if we're looking at a 10-team NPL competition, potentially they might look to come up.
Cup run this season, they'll have to do it, that's for sure. As that one goes over the top, Swaby is in the back there. Well cut out by Lutmer. Burles tees it up on that left foot and just curls around. Decent sort of shape on it. Gets a bit of applause from Swaby on the way just for the idea.
There's something about a left footer who's shaping in a ball like that that just looks better than what a right footer does when they're doing that.
Yeah.
Although they couldn't quite get on the end of that one, promising signs for Burles there on that right hand side.
Yeah, I think he's working his way into the game pretty well. I think that's been the calling card of City this season, is just that mix of homegrown sort of youth talent coming through, the likes of Burles and Tyson Matthews, Harris, Woodland, pairing that with just the raw excitement of Jerry Swaby, Hashimoto
and that's
Taylor.
What you want out of your overseas players. You want them to be lifting the standard of everyone else around you to make the club a better place to be at. And by bringing in the players that they've had, they've brought the standard up of all those guys that have been coming through.
Yeah, it's been a good season for Sison this far. They'll be wanting more out of it though, and they'll have an opportunity to try to go forward, but Pitt picks the pocket. Alec Harris. Pollara now. Back to his striker, and a little tug on his shirt. Spotted by the referee.
Watch Eli up here. I feel like the ball's going to be coming somewhere near him, and he's going to do his best to get on the end of this one.
He's just toddling his way up from the back here. Pollara, his delivery's been pretty good. Get the out-swinging delivery going through.
Woodland looks to be going to Lutmar, the captain on captain.
Short this time. Cook was there, brings it down. Mees. Away. Downs has his hands all over Taylor there. Don't think he minded conceding a free kick there at all. He'd be lucky to get away with a slice of cheese, but maybe also got followed through on there by running on to him right after.
A little bit of nous there by Downs.
Yeah, I think,
pretend to be hit after making the foul, and then
yeah,
just maybe calling the referee into not giving a slice of cheese.
Yeah, just a little grin going all the way back there. I think he was pretty happy to avoid a yellow card there. He did not want Angus Taylor to get around in there.
To be fair, he did get the ball right. So if there was no ball, you're probably getting a yellow card, but there was a little bit of ball there.
Yeah. Hands to call their infringement. Yeah. And it's sort of just that grey area between the stopping an attack or not. Clark. Nice raking ball. Running out of space over that far side. I'll just get active there on the hill.
35 minutes into this one, Alex. Who do you think's been on top?
I can't really say, actually. It's been pretty even. I think in some ways I think Kingborough have almost had better of it. Yeah, it's been a very even game. Again, not a lot of clean attacking football so far. It's a lot of contested possessions. A lot of this sort of hard midfield football.
I wouldn't say it's been a bad game so far. Like, you know how nil-all game, it can kind of be stuck in the middle and not much has been happening. There has been sort of moments for each side to potentially grab a goal. I wouldn't say Kingra's really had like an out-and-out chance for them to kind of say that's one we should have finished, but they have had the better of the ball and probably have had the ball more in their offensive third.
Yeah, it's one of these games that feels like something's about to happen, and at any point, if any team puts a foot wrong, it could be sort of game over. It's a very high-stakes game here today.
Alternatively, it could be one goal and then the shackles are off, right?
Yeah.
And then City could go down 1-0, and then all of a sudden they know that they've got to get after it and score a couple more goals rather than this sort of holding pattern at the moment.
Downs with another strong challenge. He's probably been the best on for Kingra. I mean, it's pretty even, but he's made a lot of those sort of recovering challenges. Swabi now. Can he break the game open? Goes to the byline, tees it up. Kuano gets a foot in. It sits up for Harris, who hits it extremely well and takes a cannon off the crossbar. And sees Thierry Swabi at the end there, disappointed. It was a lovely little byline run. Chopped it back. Harris caught that pretty well. Like, good technique, to be fair, but just couldn't keep it down.
Just a little bit too high. Harris isn't a tall fella, and I feel like if that had been a Woodland or someone who was potentially around that 6 foot mark, they might have just been able to get their foot over the top of the ball a little bit more. He kind of just took it on the up a little bit. But great chance for City. That really a ball falling inside of the 18-yard box. You should be burying it like that.
Just about to say, game feels like it's just about to break open here, and I think Swabi might be the man to do it today. Just can dance through a few different sets of feet. Ponce, fancy himself to do the same.
I think he can do better, he reckons.
Here he goes around the outside. And he wants that right foot, so he doesn't want to swing it round and then does run out of room. But done by Matthews. That was a little bit better from Matthews. Just showed him outside. It just still picked the ball well, but did sort of sell himself out on that challenge. So eventually poke it up.
What I really liked about Kingra just then, so the ball's gone out for a goal kick. Straight away they're set up.
Potts hits that one with a bit of venom, but well wide in the end. Clark had that one covered.
Yeah, as I was saying, you can hear Downs and Lutmar barking orders straight away for Kingborough to set up. So obviously they've watched the footage, they've seen how City have played, and they reckon that they're going to be able to set up in a way for City to not be able to break down through the middle. And you have to say, like, I don't think Woodland's had his best game that I've seen so far. He hasn't quite got on the ball as much, and that's probably more to do with the way that Kingborough is set up defensively to stop them from playing through the middle.
Pushed very high here, Kingborough. They don't want City playing out easily. With that pressure. does well as Lutmer cuts that one out. Downs, again, nice foot in. He's a little outswinging dink. Didn't quite find the feet of Rowan Pitt. It's Pollara gone out of the game a little bit. That's Pollara in this last 5 minutes or so.
And on a wing, it can be hard to be staying in there. There can be hot wings where the ball's maybe going down one side for a little bit, especially if you're not playing through the middle of the park.
Yeah, he definitely drops into the midfield a bit as well, but yeah, he's just sort of sat a little bit lighter in probably the last 2 minutes. As you say, get a hot and cold wind sometimes. Really a feature of AFL.
Yep. Usually when you got a player on their fantasy team playing on that wing.
In AFL fantasy, as Ben Burlesque gets the ball. He's playing Swabi. You want to cut in on that right footing, he hits it again, doesn't get it as cleanly as he would have liked.
Just for a moment there, Lutmer tried to clear that one away, and I saw Taylor just to his right, and I thought maybe he didn't quite clear it properly, and it bobbled up for Taylor, but a nice miss kick from Lutmer, and it goes straight through to Kawano there.
Bobby from that range is very deadly. Hasn't quite caught one that well yet. Pitt coming inside now, taking a shove as the crowd get involved. No complaints from Pitt. He's looking pretty dangerous on this counter for the Lions. He's putting himself about nicely. Let's take a little breather here. Ryan Cook coming over.
Long throws have become a little bit more common. I feel like they came out of the game for a little bit, but they're back, aren't they?
Nice flick up from Mees with a bicycle from Lutmer. That was going in the bottom corner. Mees now brings it back down. Lutmer's still up there. It's teed up and doesn't find his captain. Nicely play Lutmer, but just blocked off there.
The fastest of bicycle kicks I've seen. He kind of started falling over and just kind of kicked it over his head, but would have been on target, and who knows off the Clark Minor out and dead there.
He's all looking pretty dangerous from those set piece situations, whether it's a throw or a kick in. It's a deadlock paper as well, but obviously they've got Pollara and Downs as well. It's a murderous throw. Kick nicely pressured as Clark goes through and gets clipped. He's pretty happy to take that one. Clark.
Yeah, Cochrane no interest in a yellow card there. I think Clark knew what he was doing when he took that nice positive touch forward. Not exactly what your big goalkeeper doing, but Clark is very good with his feet, so you probably let him do that.
Right? He's sold Pitt pretty well, to be honest. Let's put them forward now. Nice header from McShane. Kim. Woodland now. Pollara. There's a nice little channel ball for Mees to chase down Valentinovic. Has held Mees pretty well so far. Two big men on either side.
Yeah, you heard the King coach panic there, yelling go just as the foul throw.
Sit down at senior level too much. It's a bit more leniency. It's those little flicks, but
must have been an obvious foot up at the back or potentially over the line.
Slubby knocks one on. No one in front of him though. Sitting on the shoulder. He's come forward. It might be a bit of a situation where both teams clear out the midfield a bit. That's a nice touch through for Max Pollara, and Valentinovic is well across again, covering well and does it nicely. Lutmer back in. Down by Kim. Again, foot through. It loses it. And nice and direct for Schwartz. Probably got two touches and it's just well enough for Kawano.
Kingra building the ball up nicely over these last couple of plays. You've seen a few short, sharp passes to really open up the pitch.
By Cook. Be happy to have it in this sort of situation, but again, the ball doesn't really do them too much good. I know it's still the first half, but again, they have to take their chances when they get to today. City if they want to keep pace with South Hobart. And as we said in pre-game, it really has shaped up to be this sort of arm wrestle between second and third on the ladder.
South Hobart now 3-0 up as well against Clarence, so I think we can probably stop giving you updates on that one. I can't really see Clarence coming back from 3-0 down. It's the league leaders versus the Stella Dwellers.
It's going to be one where some younger players into South Over once they're up to 3-4-0. Zebras need to rebuild. It's a new coach. I think next season it's a bit more positive for them. Park.
I just want to see him stick with the coach for a little bit as well. I think you can kind of see when clubs are invested in their senior coach and there aren't too many changes, it can breed for a good positive club culture.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shame, I think. Maybe might have not lasted the whole season like Aston, but didn't really. I don't think we've got a minute of NPL football this season, so you just got to try and build that program as best you can. Sometimes there's something to be said for changing it up when things are wrong, but it seems like Clarence will just need to keep moving. Swaby now. Around the outside. Goes forward and see Shane, another corner here.
To the 45th minute now as well. Haven't really been too many stoppages, so probably only a minute or two in this half.
Yeah, goal here would be golden for either team. Winds are starting to pick up just a little bit more. The sun comes out as well. Shining right into Guano's eyes too, so this could be a little bit of a dangerous situation. Here's Taylor. Noah Mees slices his clearance. It does well to almost avoid a corner. The players didn't give up on that ball.
As per most left footers, not very good at using their right. Mees slices that one off the tee.
I haven't seen him. I think I've seen him score right for the goal, but yeah, he's few far between.
He's absolutely surprised.
So the Ouchers are trying to just see this one out to half time. Taylor, that's a better ball. Nicely swung in. Swaby gets up well. Kawano bats it away. I think you get taken out. That will be half time here at Launceston Park. 0-0 is the half time score. It's been an absolute arm wrestle, a tight contest here between the Lions and Launceston City. All to play for in the second half, Zach. How did you see that first one play out?
Kingra probably having the better of possession and probably not quite creating as many out-and-out chances as City, but just sort of watch then. If you look at how the Kingra boys are walking off the field versus the City boys, Kingra are really pleased with the way they played that first half. And City are kind of not quite dejected, but a couple of heads looking down. It's just not quite going the way that it has done for most of this year. But Kingborough are up and about, and I feel like that's probably a good place for City to be at, that they're not happy with that 0-0 draw. Because if they're walking off happy in that scenario, I don't think the coach has really done their job. So I'm pleased that City are looking to probably be better, and I'm really excited to look forward to the second half.
Yeah, as we just mentioned, you feel there's something just about to happen and really break this one open. So we look forward to that second half, and we'll join you for it in just a few.
Behold, it's the new McDonald's Land Meal with your choice of a Big Mac, Quarter Pounder or 6 Chicken McNuggets. And the new McDonald's Land Shake with 6 souvenir kits to collect. Feel like a kid again.
You say you love McMuffins so much. And yet, you choose McCafe's delicious new blend first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Behold, it's the new McDonald's Land Meal with your choice of a Big Mac, Quarter Pounder or 6 Chicken McNuggets. And the new McDonald's Land Shake with 6 souvenir kits to collect. Feel like a kid again.
You say you love McMuffins so much. And yet, you choose McCafe's delicious new blend first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Behold, it's the new McDonald's Land Meal with your choice of a Big Mac, Quarter Pounder or 6 Chicken McNuggets. And the new McDonald's Land Shake with 6 souvenir kits to collect. Feel like a kid again.
You say you love McMuffins so much. And yet, you choose McCafe's delicious new blend first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, bring them over here, but I'll just take this and I'll put it down there. And I can move it to the edge of the line or something.
back to the second half NPL matchup between Kingborough and Lonnie City. all in the first. Shapes up to be a very intriguing second half. Both teams out. It's just cooled down a little bit. The sun's just gone behind a cloud, which the keepers will probably enjoy, but spectators, it's got a little bit more chilly.
Just quickly, Alex. City have changed their shirts. So they've gone from black to white.
They have.
That's a bit unusual. Maybe that might change the size of the City team by going from the black to the white.
We did remark in that first half that it was a bit of a colour clash, given that the base sort of the blue and black stripes is black this season for Kingborough.
Not mad about it.
And I'm hoping you at home will have an easier time too. Probably could have been a bit of hard on the stream. So, yeah, definitely a better colour contrast in the second half, despite both teams now having black stripes. So that's the other aspect of that.
Everything to play for in this second half for City. Their whole season's on the line. They're needing a win to stay alive and just hope that they can do all they can to stay in the contest. But looking forward to it.
Yes. Could be the season-defining 45 minutes for Lonnie City here. Long tour. Nice turn away. Plays a bit behind the left, who's switched wings. Look at that left foot. Nice feet. And sliding challenge from Kim.
The side of the top side, Tim and Harris. Harris has gone out onto that right-hand side there, and Baless onto that left-hand side. Harris didn't necessarily have a lot of the ball in that first half, who played that more of a defensive role on that left wing, definitely against South Hobart. So potentially now the shackles might be off and he might be able to let rip.
Taylor goes short. Shimoto flicks back. Taylor. It's Taylor with a shot, and well done by Kawano with a push away into the danger zone.
Well, right behind that one and had every chance of going in.
Back in quickly, nodded on. Humphrey's there. Humphrey saved off the line by Schwartz. Massive deflection and keeps Kingra in the game.
That one could have gone anywhere, that deflection from Schwartz there. He's done well to make it land at his keeper's feet in Kawano, but could have easily been 1-0 to City there.
City come out with a real fire in their belly in this second half. That's what they just weren't showing in the first. There wasn't a huge intensity to them, and it's like they've tried to put it together. But those chances, they're going to need to put one away. You can't let those go begging too often.
Yeah, you probably say they've had maybe 4 of those chances now that could have easily been goals, so you don't want that to get into double figures without scoring one.
And that last one in particular, Humphrey caught it very well, but maybe took his time just half a second. He'll hit it again, and a knuckling shot. Well away from Kawano's goal, but nice pace on that one. And outswinger could have found it sort of seeing eye way into the bottom corner.
Don't see that very often. The centre back with back-to-back shots.
Yep,
Both of us didn't go in, so I'm sure he'll probably put away the driver now and look to bring the rest of his team into the game.
Kawano. Yeah. 3. 50-50 ball. Downs gets it through, and Humphrey sends that one. The footy over.
Look at the pinball there, just in the middle of midfield there. Clara was good in that first half though, wasn't he?
In and out of the game at times. When he was in the game, that's when people were pretty dangerous. Once he 2 or 3 runs, they were few and far between. Here's Cook. Long ball in. Latinovic. Harris. Comes again with a beautiful cutout. Into a dangerous area. Humphrey's going to have to be good. Hashimoto, well done. Secondary clearance. Less. Nice curling ball. Hashimoto's run on. Gets past Schwartz. He's got wheels. Can he put it in? Doesn't sit up for anyone. Harris will have to field it at the back stick. Well done defensively from Ponce.
I think Harris will be pretty disappointed with his touch there. He could have brought that one down, and I think he had it might have been Youngtun at the top of the box there, ready to pick that one up and try and create something else.
With a bit between their teeth at the moment. Youngtun. Harris. Just doesn't want to see that one out. He'll go back into the danger area, and Schwartz tries to release the kick. Get there first. It's done. Well done by Latinovic. Didn't commit himself too hard there. Just did enough, but did get there first. will be a free kick as Sierra Swabi gets sat he gets sat down there by Chris Down.
I don't think Schwartz wanted to find Pitt as easily as he did there. I think he just tried to clear that one away, and Pitt with his absolute wheels managed to get in between the centre-back and the ball. Quite flick it past, and I reckon if he did, Lecinovic would have had no qualms in bringing him down there too.
Yeah.
Wearing the nice green wheels as well.
That would have been a big decision for the referee to make as well, whether you send it off there. Ball in. That's some decent shape on it. Humphrey's pretty rightfully upset. No one's tackling that one.
I also sympathise with the other guys outside of Humphrey there. Everyone across is from City so far have been to that front post, so I don't know if that's been an instruction from the coach to go to the front post, but that one there, a little bit deeper, had some good pace on it, and someone just needed to get a little flick on to potentially create something, but goes out for a goal kick.
Want to keep this intensity up, and Kingborough just doing what they can to kind of hold on right now. Sean, Lara wants it. Let's get his head up now. Words to him after the game about that one. Kim will keep it though. There's the other wing. Ponce down. Once again. Interesting ball up for Mees. Heads into the back post. We'll get there first and keep it in. Once again. Play.
Passage there for Kingborough. Good little 30 seconds where they were able to create a little bit. Certainly after City have come out firing in these first 5 minutes. Obviously they had a couple of quick kingborough early on, but now Kingborough have got a chance to kind of settle into this half and create a little bit.
Kingborough almost might be better that it's a little bit counterintuitive for some, that City have a bit more of the ball because they can get out on that break and counter.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want Taylor and Swavey breaking too many Kingborough men forward, right? Not when you don't really need to win this game either.
Lara. Just to create a little bit more space for their players like Punch running too, but it is that risk reward situation where you also are inviting City to come on to the dangerous. And here goes Mees, nice touch around the corner. He's getting more involved. It's well saved by Hashimoto off the line. Lara. Kim. His way through. Safety first. Tyson Matthews out there on the wing. Kingborough. Also, you're just starting to get between their team.
And if you're Kingborough, you don't want a team to win the title. It doesn't matter what the context is. You obviously want to win the game, but if you can stop City from potentially winning the title, then great. You have that as a little box to tick.
100%. I think that will be music ears of South supporters, but Mees, at the same time, they've still got stuff to play for in their season. They can finish second. It will take City probably losing another game. But they will also they've got stuff to play for. They're going to try and win every game. Here goes Kid. Tinovic. Shoots that one away. Here goes Hashimoto. Swavey now. Race with McShane. Can he get there first? He does, but McShane uses his body well. And touch around the corner. Just well shielded off by McShane.
Exactly what we just talked about, though. You don't want City on the break, because as soon as they do, they can just go so quickly.
Yeah, they haven't had that space in that first half at all. It was really well managed by Kingborough just to clog that counter-attack, clog the midfield.
Uncharacteristic from Woodland there to miss the pass. He's usually Mr. Reliable through the centre there, not trying to extend his game too much and do exactly what he needs to the team, but his passing's just been a little bit wayward today.
Tinovic. Send it forward. Cook. Chaos ball for Ponce. Battle with Matthews. That's been a really good battle out there.
Good contest.
Bit of a 50-50 and, well, Kingborough wins the throw out of that one. Matthews will be happy just to stall the attack, but Ryan Cook does have a long throw. I don't think he can quite make it to the box, but they're all, they are queuing up for it, so I'd love to see it. You got Mees in there. He's being double teamed as per, and Harris in that double team cuts it out. The best clearance away. Young Tun will just high one for Swaby to bring down. It's a nice touch in the end. Well done by Schwartz.
Nice sort of touch from the half volley there. It's a real asset to be able to flick the ball like that.
Young Tun trying to impose himself on the game now. It's good challenging, but then Downs again. He's cut out everything today. Here he is, good spin. And nice raking ball. Palara finally gets his touch on it. Blocked off by Hashimoto. And now Burlesque picking up the line. Just a little bit too short. You can see Taylor just wanting it in behind.
He's visibly upset there. He's, come on, Benny. And to be fair, he should have probably played a better ball there. Knowing Taylor's pace, just be able to whip that one in behind, we'll be able to create a little bit more.
Potts cuts inside. Can he shape to shoot? Doesn't get an angle. Palara. It's Pitts. Oh, poked almost into the bottom corner. A massive save from Lockie Clark. Quick down to his right. Pitt maybe just didn't catch that one properly. Went with the outside of his foot.
Pitt was really close to be able to finish that one there. It just dropped perfectly for him, and you really would have thought he'd have a better chance to be able to sneak that one in, especially when it really slowed down in front of him. But just that little touch to be able to flick that one into the corner, it was so close, but a cracking save by Clark.
Palara. And again, and away by Matthews.
Yeah, very calmly dealt with there. Not the best set piece from Kingborough there.
It's just under the pump here, City now. That save from Clark was immense, but
yeah, it was.
If you're aspiring to be a number 9, you want to bury those. That's a good ball in, and it's a free header. Pont's not the biggest man. Gets underneath that one. But they're pretty happy, the Lions supporters, just in the last couple of minutes, and City will ring the changes now. I think Daniel Syson thinking would have been happy with that first probably 5-10 minutes. Yeah. He's just wanting to change things up, and Mac Wilcox is going to be the first one here.
Yeah, it looks like Benny Burlesque has come off as well on the left-hand side. Probably the two that maybe didn't quite have the impact on the game that they would have liked to have had.
I mean, a young player still, and Harris will... Oh, sorry, they're just going to change things up here. But I think in the first half he made some good things happen. So again, just without Simeone today, they're just going to have to adapt and test the depth. Here goes Taylor.
I really like Rawlings, who's come on as well. Every time I've watched City play, he's managed to come on or start and really make a bit of a difference, which has been really important for the City side to have that bench depth, which is probably why they've been able to challenge for the title, because it's not just that starting 11, it's players 13, 14, 15, 16 in that squad.
Yeah, well, Mac Wilcox has just come on as well. He's a player that's been starting for them at left back for the last few seasons, so it's nice to have him to kind of throw into the game and gives a very different dimension. It's inverting over on that right-hand side for now, but can swing in a lovely cross and has pace as well. Uses the width well, so they're going to just change their shape up a bit here, City, and they do need something to start happening for them, because Lions have had them under the pump here for the last 5 minutes. There'll be another long Ryan Cook throw. Comes in, and nicely claimed by Lockie Clark. Might be challenging for votes today. Chip over the top. Taylor's in behind McShane. McShane uses his body well. Gets something on it.
Really well done by McShane there. Obviously the pace of Taylor, but up for the battle, and he goes into it again and really wins the ball. That second and third efforts can be the difference between a 0-0 draw and potentially a 1-0 Kingborough win.
Massive, yeah. In that last couple of minutes. Nice 1-2. Pitt and Palara. Well, finds Pitt again. Can he bring it down? Chops it upside. Mees is offside. I think he knew it, the 2. Starting to get a little bit of joy down this right-hand side, Kingborough.
Yeah, McShane, as I said before, put in a great effort on that right-hand side, and a nice little 1-2 between Palara and Pitt. One of the 2 of the 3 Ps, and they were a chance to potentially score there.
Ball hits Swaby in the backside, and it's cut out by Kingborough. He'll get it again here, and McShane again, putting his body well about. Kim, Lutma. It's high, and Humphrey heads away.
Yeah, Humphrey just coming across, obviously a little bit taller than Pitt, and just managing to get that one away. We haven't seen Cook come across for the long throw. Maybe using that a little bit too much at the moment. And when they took that one before, it was a little bit closer to the edge of the box. So potentially they can create a little bit more than those ones that are potentially a little deeper.
It might also just be that change of mentality. I think they could get a win out of this one as well. It's like it takes a lot of time out of the game to bring your left back all the way over.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, if it's close enough, you're probably going to do it. As Polaro goes around the outside, a nice little back heel to open up some space. Chops into the back stick. Ponce with the chest, and the bicycle almost does a spectacular. Taylor try and progress the ball for City here. Rawlings gets it back to Taylor. Space to run. Downs just saw it. He just gave Downs just a half a sniff there, and you could see his eyes light up.
Yeah, you just saw Taylor just have a little look up, and then Downs has gone, thank you very much, and then ate it up.
Greg Downs still got it. And throw comes in. Rawlings just a bit too casual. And McShane, you can't be casual around him today. He's leaving a terrier back there at right back. And again, against his old club, he's going to want to put himself about today.
Yeah.
Good strength from Swaby. Had Downs for company. Feet is good too. It kicks up off the sand and away. Flashes past the face of Kawano's goal.
You just never know what Swaby's going to be able to do, right? He cuts in from that left-hand side, really whips his foot around it, and to be fair, it could easily end up in the top right-hand corner or at the foot of a fellow City player, but that one there, just running away from, I think it might have been Wilcox on the far side there.
Yeah, and especially with this, we remarked upon it in that first half, the turf here today at Lightwood, as I said, uncharacteristically just a bit bare in patches, a lot of sand, it's a bit uneven, a bit bobbly. I had a good look at half-time, some of the patches, and they have moved it probably 5 metres, but still those goal squares are a little bit challenging for both keepers as Kawano plays that one forward, and Woodland will cut it out. Polaro can't get there, Hashimoto cuts it out well, and then runs forward. Can he cut inside? Fakes inside, he's got Swaby outside. He'll just go early, and that's very deep. Wilcox can't get there.
Yeah, Hashimoto just gliding over the field there. It seems so effortless when the ball's at his feet, and it's not like a Swaby sort of glide, but the way that he plays, it just is so smooth.
Yeah, really just reads that play so well, and then pushes his way forward. He's going to try and go wide again here. Makes some nice space for his centre-back, Humphrey. Reverse pass, it's a good one. Rawlings cuts inside, gets some space. Plays it in. Taylor, he's on his wrong foot. Cuts back inside on the right. Good save by Kawano again. Nice, powerful shot.
Real snap save there by Kawano. And Taylor obviously have scored plenty of those in the past.
Ponce wanting a foul. Nothing doing by Brenton Copra says get up. Might be a little bit of rep around that one. The Kingborough bench not happy with that. Ponce will tee this one up and it's blocked away.
That's a coach killer, that. You've got a 4-on-4 and Ponce decides to shoot from 35 yards out when you've got your big number 9 basically running into the goals there. A little slip in and potentially that could have been a good chance there for Meath.
See the urgency for City now. Swaby, can he get in behind Schwartz? He uses his pace well. Not sure who got there first, and it looks like it will be a corner. Schwartz is pretty upset with that. I think he wanted a foul.
Yeah, arms wide on that one. He's really not happy about whatever that decision was, but I feel like that was pretty close to a 50-50, and corner for City. Let's see if they can potentially create something here.
Can't switch off with Thierry Swaby at your hammer. So, looks like Humphrey's come up to take the in-swinger. And City makes something happen. Kawano's been active recently. That's a decent ball in. It's Wilcox, all the way by Lutmer. Pitt. He's got Ponce one-on-one. McShane. Ponce upset, but he made a run that was away from the plate.
Yeah. I don't think his teammates could have done much more there. No. That was 50-50. Obviously, he's disappointed not to win the ball there, Ponce, but I don't think his teammates are to blame.
So Humphrey stayed up on that right wing for your left-footed centre-back.
Yeah, it's one thing we haven't seen a lot of today. Lucinovich and Matthews haven't quite got on the ball as much as they have in previous games. Humphrey's now starting to join in the play a little bit more, which has been a good thing for City, considering how good of a ball player he is.
Wilcox He'll try and go around Cook. Big sliding challenge. Well done by Ryan Cook. And then also infringed on the way out. And this sort of stuff for City, just these little fouls taking time out of the game, is just going to be really frustrating as we approach the latter half of this game.
Yeah, only 20 minutes into this half now, so the minutes tick by, and the City fans who are, I'm sure, watching the stream, the heart rate's beginning to rise as you hope that your team can potentially create a goal here.
Yeah, I think from a neutral point of view, I think we all want to see it sort of come down to that final day, but this may be the game that decides it. Hashimoto. He's got a little bit of space. Polara's chasing back. Now Kingborough in some good defensive shape here. Yongtun. Humphrey wants the diagonal. He's got Wilcox out wide, but goes inside again. Yongtun took too long over it. Swabi uses his body well. He's going to try and dance his way through 3 players. Gets through 2 of them. Hashimoto doesn't want to play it long yet. They don't have a lot of tall timber in there. Goes in early. Raking ball at the back post. That's going to be a little bit too long. Angus Taylor, who's queuing up back there. Sorry, Mac Wilcox, who's queuing up back there.
Yeah, it's all starting to happen now for City. They just need to keep trying to create those chances there, and I feel like a goal could come. Obviously, Kingborough want to try and stay in this contest, but City have got a lot more to play for, so you just feel like the game is potentially going to start pushing more towards that City goal, and it's going to open up for Kingborough to potentially be able to counter-attack, and using the pace of Pitt, there's no reason why they can't get one on the break.
A little bit of ping-pong, and Rawlings, he'll play nice, almost held that up, just the wrong sort of spin on it.
I think Rawlings has been pretty good since he's come on. Sometimes coming off the bench, it can be quite hard to settle into the game, but his touches have been pretty good so far, and hasn't really been too overawed by the fact that his team need to potentially get a win here.
Polara using his body well. Hashimoto got his arms in there. From this angle, that looked like it could have been called on another day, but he'll get away with that one. Here's Taylor, plays it through for Rawlings. It's just a little bit short again. Yongtun, it's the bobble. A little bit too casual. Again, pitch playing a little bit of havoc today. And Humphrey should field this quite simply. Polara's just going to try and... Ooh, as Clark slips. Plays it back to Humphrey, and two sort of laconic styles as Yongtun can't get out of trouble that time.
Not quite a Steven Gerrard slip, but close enough too.
That's the thing when you're chasing, it's so you just have no margin for error. And ball comes in for Rowan Pitt. His header's back into the danger area, and it's mopped up by Taylor, and his ball's a little bit too short. Pitt will get it again. Nice back heel. Polara in space. Hits it on his right. It's another good save by Clark and away by Latinovic. Pitt was poaching there. Latinovic had to be effective on that second effort, and another good save by Clark. Both keepers with some good saves today.
Yeah, Clark doing a terrific job there, not to spill the ball to the Kingborough attackers, and that's half the battle. Yes, you can have that first save where you might be in a better spot, but to not spill that to an opposition player is just as crucial as that first save.
Yeah, he's had some good saves down to his like low and to his right. That was another good one. Polara chips it in. Good little spinning ball. Downs with the afterburners on. And away and out of play. Yeah. Save off Pitt in particular. That's, again, keeping it in both teams. The keepers are keeping them in it today. So, again, you just feel the game.
Yeah.
If there's a goal, it's really just going to change things massively. But
I think City is starting to make some mistakes. I think in most of the games I've watched for City this year.
Here is Pitt as he puts Ponce through. Sets it back up to the line. Hashimoto with a massive challenge. Pitt can't put it away. It goes off the post. And away by Humphrey. They get away against City. Can they counter-attack here, though? A little bit late by Mies, and that will be a foul.
Oh, two terrific chances for Kingborough to get the first goal in this game. And Pitt will be thinking about that one tonight, that he had a fair chance to be able to put that one in the back of the net and just straight into the post. And you've got to think about that one he had earlier as well, where he's one-on-one with the keeper and Clark had the good save. But keeping City in this game, well, a bit unlucky.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's got a lot of talent, as we're talking about. It's just he's still a young player, so he'll learn that clinical edge.
And he spent a lot of the time on the wing as well, so for him to adapt and become a better player, being able to play through the middle is going to be pretty important, right?
Absolutely, as that ball comes in now. Can Yongtun steal something the other way? Wilcox loves to put a cross in. This one has good bend on it. No one really attacking the back stick. McShane And it'll go away for another throw-in. This is where City might want to have a bit of a longer throw on them. Don't really. Early ball from Hashimoto. Swabi floating into a good space. Rawlings. Rawlings again goes down, and that will be a free kick and just outside of the box.
Just quietly, the crowd's building here too. I saw during the week that I think Kingborough are doing a whole club photo after this game. So it looks like there's more and more people that are coming along to this one. And why wouldn't you? We've got a terrific, last 20 minutes coming up here. All to play for City.
Yeah, this is starting to build nicely. I think if Kingborough get a win here, they'll be very, very happy with this one.
Yeah. I would probably prefer Pitt to be the last man rather than Pollara. Although Pitt probably can go in the air a little bit. I just want his pace up the top to potentially be able to break if need be.
Taylor. Nice ball up. Head is a Launceston City one. That doesn't threaten Masatoshi Kawano's goal.
Yeah, looks like McShane's on the ground there. I think he might have copped a stud or something in that little bit of a panic in the box there. But it didn't matter that he'd fallen over and City not able to make the most of that chance.
Fennick deep in conversation with his assistant coach, Matt Hess.
Yeah.
Kingborough not making any subs as yet. They've got a couple of guys warming up, but I think they'll be pretty happy just to let it go at the moment. I would say they don't have quite the depth that City have. A lot more sort of youth.
I'd maybe like to see Tristan Galt come on. I've seen him come on a few times, and he's really quick. So potentially he might be able to open this game up even further as City look to probably keep the ball and attack a little bit more.
Maybe just that last 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
Happy to just where his charges are at, John Fennick. He'll go away via Woodland again. Young Tun. Taylor, he's just been marked out of the game today. And bodied off by Schwartz. That may be a slice of cheese coming out. There was a little bit too much body. Just a bit of a hip check on Thierry Swabi.
So that's the difference between these two centre-backs, Schwartz and Lutmer. Lutmer, when he comes in to win that ball, he manages to use his body in a way where he doesn't give away the foul. Schwartz comes in the exact same fashion, but just that little bit too much shoulder, and then Swabi goes down and gives away the free kick. So just as you get older, the more experience you're able to have as a centre-back, you might be able to win that one a bit easier.
Humphrey this time. That looks a little bit too deep. It's going to challenge Kawano, and he takes it easily in the end. Polara's out here on this near side.
Good kick.
It's a really good kick from Kawano over the head of Yong Tuan. Ooh, and Clark and Matthews miscommunicating there. And we'll be out for a corner.
Just like that. One kick in 5 seconds, all of a sudden, Lonnie City on the back foot again with Kingborough in a corner who have looked pretty likely from these set pieces.
You're a young goalkeeper, if you're interested in goalkeeping in Tasmania. These two today have been absolutely fantastic.
Different styles.
Both with the distribution and, different styles as well. Polara, Schwartz. Let's get up and try and keep it in play. There it is, Lockie Clark. Using those long levers.
And they're out now.
Taylor goes around the outside. That has to be a yellow card from Cook. He's gone in so hard on Angus Taylor. And look, I'd be eating that slice of cheese every day if I'm a left back, to be fair.
Oh, that is the easiest decision Copper will make all day, that yellow card. And
yeah, that was a little bit cynical.
Yeah, Taylor was out. And if that's a little bit further forward, you might even dig a little bit deeper into the pocket and maybe look for that red colour one.
He had cover behind him.
Yeah, he did. But still, that's a good foul by Cook because from one side to the next, it's really just bouncing from one end to the other now.
Yeah, that looked like that could have been a very promising situation. Taylor and Swabi haven't had a lot of opportunity to run today, and that's probably another example of Kingborough just saying, sit down if you have to. The Pitt now has an opportunity to run. He's in alone. Hashimoto's chasing him down. It's Rowan Pitt. Gets the shirt tucked. And Lockie Clark again on the save. He just got a little poke away, Rowan Pitt. Lockie Clark read it well.
I just thought for a second Hashimoto might have brought out the sweeper and brought him down just as he's running through.
Yeah, I thought he almost had a handful of shirt. But now City opens up and they'll get a corner. Yeah. Another big opportunity. There's been opportunities in this game. It's 0-0, but both teams have had good chances.
Kingborough will be roaring that chance. I think Pitt, if he maybe had his time again, Clark was a long way out of his box, and potentially if he might have been able to side foot that one into the corner. But who knew Hashimoto had wheels like that, managing to chase down Rowan Pitt.
Yeah, it was a good even foot race there. Will Humphreys in the shade. Another corner, well away by Mees. Once has a bit of space to run now. Hashimoto's going to cover him off this time. He's going to look for the reverse pass. It's a pretty good ball, but Kim doesn't have quite the wheels of Taylor, who's working back well. As he gets a clap from his teammates for covering off there.
Yeah, you love to see that from your marquee player who loves scoring a goal to chase back and be on the other end. Just as important, right?
Taylor will bring it down. Kim. Polara. Latinovic has a little bit of time and actually plays a nice ball to Swaby. He chips that ball into the middle. Wilcox just panicking a little bit, I'd say, in that situation. Probably didn't need to spend it quite as quickly as he did. Yeah, hasn't had many touches, Wilcox, so I feel like he probably just needs to bring the ball down and make a couple of touches whilst he's still working his way into this contest. Eli Lutman's just gone down behind play and looks in a fair bit of bother. Yeah. And, yeah, play will need to be stopped. He's just getting up now. Doesn't look like it's too serious. Obviously, Greg Downs, with the physio background, as you said earlier, Zach just making sure that his captain's all right. Yep. He has to go off here. I'd love for him to be able to go up the top here and score from a corner after going down, using that little bit. Yeah, they're making him run up there, actually. Yep. He's hobbling up. Schwartz also coming. I think Schwartz is saying, yep, this is my time as well. Yep. Here he goes. Here he comes. Find a way. Trotting up at the back post is Eli Lutmer. Polara. Played some good balls in. It's a nice raking ball. Latinovic. And it's in the back of the next by Schwartz. He's come up from centre-back. Wasn't dealt with by the City defence. And Schwartz puts Kingborough 1-0 up. That could potentially decide the title here. You called it, Alex. Schwartz looked like he really wanted to get on the end of that one. Lutmer was a little bit injured. The ball's dropped. City didn't clear the ball. Schwartz has one shot, doesn't quite score it. Gets a second, bang! 1-0 Kingborough. Talked about it all day. This might have been the best sort of advantage that Kingborough had on paper, is that height, that strength, the set piece acumen. Polara with a lovely raking ball in over the top of Clark, just sort of bouncing it around in the box. You never know what happens when that happens. The good thing is City have time on their side. There's still 15 minutes to play in this one, and I would not want to be the Kingborough defenders right now because they are going to cop a barrage of attacks from both sides here. It's got to be all-out attack for City. South Hobart, they'll have a 5-point gap if, again, on paper they'll have a 5-point gap. It could be curtains for their very gallant title aspirations this season. Hashimoto, that's not going to be good enough, and the Kingborough crowd are going to be into it now as well. And there is no reason why City shouldn't believe that they can win this game. They've beaten South Hobart away. They've won their last 5 matches, and they're really playing good football. You've just got to have that belief and trust in the system that you're going to be able to create and that the chances are going to come, because they will. Absolutely. Now, time out of the game has gone. He just kicks the ball away and takes his time getting it back there. Is going to be massive. I mean, 15 minutes is a long time to start taking time out of the game, but... Plus, however long Copra sees fit. Yep. There hasn't been anything to just really that 1 minute where Lutmer was down, but just the ball out of play here is just golden for Kingborough now that they've got the lead. If you're a City, you just want a few fans here really trying to rally behind you, and sometimes that can be even harder when you don't have that 12th man of your home fans there supporting, and it doesn't look like too many travel down today either. Yeah, just that extra 10 minutes of the outlet as well. Yep. Might just a little bit extra thinking time. Yep. And yeah, here we go. Players just taking their time to get this ball back in now for Kingborough. Cook might want to chuck this one in the mixer again. They've already got one from this situation. Mees brings it down beautifully. And nicely done by Clark to pick that one out. He's going to try and get things moving quickly here. It's a throw out to Hashimoto. He doesn't have anything up the line. He's going to have to just wait for Yongtung to get there. Downs again. He's been shielding off so well today, but it's well done by Yongtung on this occasion. Woodland can't get out of trouble as Pitt's press is again really good, and Humphrey also falls over on the turf. Pitt, it's Ponce. And he'll tee it up. Back to Polara. It's a sweeping ball in. It's Mees, and it's just sliced off the shin of the big number 9. It's a beautiful ball in from Max Pilara. That could have been 2.
And Mies hasn't had many chances today. He's been playing more, probably as that 10 instead of that out-and-out 9 where we've kind of become accustomed to him playing. So potentially he might have had a couple of siders if he was playing at the 9, but couldn't quite get on the end of that one.
Hashimoto gets some space here. Nice switch out. He goes very direct. It's a pretty good ball. A little bit of confusion. Kawano comes. Schwartz away. Shot down now. Wilcox into space. He just goes direct and shoots from distance. Does earn a corner in the end.
Had a bit of venom behind it, but that was a long way away. And then also at a very catchable height for Kawano. So I think the corner is probably the best possible result here for City.
You're just going to have to do something special to beat Kawano on some occasions. And when he's on, he's probably the best shot stopper in the league. And from there, you're going to have to really find the top corner. Here's Humphrey. Good ball in. It's Swaby. Oh! He equalises. It's 1-1 to City. And just like that, they're back in it.
Cometh the man, cometh the moment. There he is, Tuabi Swaby, as he has been doing all year. When City need a goal, there he is. It's 1-1.
Beautiful ball in from Will Humphrey. He's been putting some nice curling efforts in. Another close to the keeper sort of delivery. And that just quietens the crowd here a little bit at Kingborough and knots things back up. And we are in for a grandstand finish here at Lightwood Park.
10 minutes to go. Everything to play for City. We just thought that they were going to come and there was a goal coming. And there it was.
Yep, just needed to nick that one back and now it's back on. And again, the South Hobart supporters at home, they're all tuning in and now we'll see how they're feeling now.
I would love to know the streaming numbers over the last 10 minutes if they've just come up a little bit. If the South bench are potentially watching the game as well.
That's not a great
as
ball.
Kingra gives the ball away.
Taylor, that's a nice tackle by Downs. And he's been good in those sorts of situations. Here's McShane. As Kingborough just made a sub as well as the Dow's come on. And Greg Downs gets pulled down and that'll be a free kick. So Pilara looks like he's moved inside and I think it might be Emmanuel Ponce who's gone off.
Left wing. It was Ponce.
Yeah, Emmanuel Ponce is going off. Pitt sort of taking up a second striker sort of position here. I don't know what sort of formation. It's almost like a 4-2-4 at the moment.
Yep.
Pilara will just probably play as an advanced midfielder here, so it'll still be a 4-3-3, but with Pilara in a more central area. As Pitt will head that one away. And out of play.
We just have a little moment to breathe here. There's still lots of time for City to get this goal that they need. Obviously, they're going to look to go quickly, but you don't want to go too quickly where you're not creating the sort of chances you want.
Chipped in and Lutmer manages that one well. Kim just trying to find where his strikers were before he actually had the ball. Latinovic will just say, Terry Swaby, do your thing. Lutmer says, I'll just head that one away. And shout for a foul, and it is given. Ryan Cook, I don't think he did too much wrong, but it was well earned by Max Rawlings. Just found the outstretched leg.
That City would love a big bustling number 9 up forward right now that they're playing a little bit more. Route 1 in the way that they're going about things. Obviously, Simeone not on the bench and not playing out there today. I'm sure they'd love to have him now that they're probably looking to go a little bit more Route 1 in the way that they're playing.
City make another substitution. Looks like Kun O Kim actually coming on. Just double check that one for you.
Matthews coming off.
When we can ID the number for the player.
They couldn't, could they?
Will be teed up for Humphrey here. Taylor's also standing over it. I think Humphrey, just the shape of it here.
Bottom left.
Could be a big, big moment in the course of this season. It's Humphrey, hits it pretty well. It's straight at Kawano in the end. Got the nice dip on it, but no directionality on it. And Kawano, he's going to want to release. He's got Pilara running for him. Humphrey's underneath it. Pilara gets it. He tees it up. It's Vidal who's just come on. Tees it. What a challenge by Latinovic. And well away by Yong Tun. That was a big covering challenge from the big centre-back from Lonnie City.
Just half a second, and then that would have been a goal if he just had got it off earlier.
Hashimoto tries to get it to Swaby. Back down. Yeah, Vidal, he took his time but just needed to be a little bit quicker there. Yep. Pilara again now. He's got Vidal again. Cuts inside this time. It's Pollara, and it's well done by Jack Woodland this time. They're having to defend. They're having to scramble to defend. And they're doing it just enough here. Can City go forward again? Hashimoto inside. Well cut out by Greg Downs again. His ball isn't quite deep enough, but they'll take just being able to regroup here a little bit, the Lions.
Those poor Kingborough attackers have just been sprinting as the ball goes into the corner there. Lutmer does well to deal with it.
It's nicely done by Eli Lutmer, and he just sends it right towards us in the commentary booth. Mac Wilcox not able to fashion anything. He's just come over to the left-hand side as well. Again, traditionally a left back, so not unfamiliar for him. As Swaby falls over. Again, the turf today is a little bit suspect underfoot, and that's not the best from Latinovic. He doesn't have a lot of cover behind him, and Pollara again. It's been dangerous in this channel. Kingborough just want to take their breath here. I think, again, a point for them doesn't really do much, but they'd probably be the happier of the two.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
if they, for sure they'd be the happier of the two.
Yeah.
But whether they want to push for the win or just settle for the draw, it looks like they're going to make some subs here.
Yeah, as I discussed before, if you're the home team and the away team needs a win to potentially keep their title hopes alive, well, if we can't win it, then they can't either. That's the mentality you've got to have when you're out in the pitch there.
And looks like Ryan Pitt coming off.
Yeah.
He's had a good game, but he's just hasn't had his shooting boots on today, unfortunately. Had some really good opportunities.
I think he's had a cracking performance, so he's definitely been one of Kingbrough's better players today.
Tristan Galt is the man to replace him. Also coming on is Max Romuro, the defensive midfield. And Kim is the man to give way. Kim Hyun Min from Kingra. Gun O is over on that right-hand side for City.
Into the last 5 now.
Latinovic trying to keep it in for a throw, and does so. Last 5 minutes could shape up to be the defining moments of the season for Launceston City.
Looks like Kingbrough's going for the win. Lutmer's decided to go forward. And if you're Kingborough, maybe do you not go the long throw with Cook? But obviously they're still chasing for this game, and Downs happy to sit back as the centre-back instead. Yeah,
you mentioned that whole club though. I think Kingborough would love to win today. They've got a big crowd in. The vibes have been good down here at the Den today.
And what will be their best finish in the last couple of years as well, right?
Yeah,
so it'd be good for the club for them to see a win with hopefully a whole bunch of future NPL players here getting their photo taken after the game.
Yeah, and Fenwick with a bit of a rebuild job, you know. Fred Hess, the coach, going to South Hobart to play, and Kobe Kemp as well. You can't really understate the impact that has had, but they've made a good fist of it this season, and especially at the end of this year, they've really come alive. I think credit to the likes of Eli Lutmer and John Fenwick to do that. The game's not over yet. Wilcox is running behind. McShane heads it away well. Will it sit up for Galt? It won't. Wilcox. Sorry, Woodland there.
Just want to see a little bit more composure from him. He had Hashimoto open and could have probably just rolled in the ball, but looked to play a little bit too direct.
Hashimoto. He teed up to Swaby. Back to Rawlings. He looks to shoot, but then doesn't, and cannons off the boot of Romuro. Comes out wide to Kim for Launceston City now. Rawlings tees it up. Wilcox is there. Nods it back at Swaby with the header. That might be the opportunity that they were looking for, Lonnie City.
The last couple of minutes now. 88, 89 minutes. Not going to be too many more chances for City.
Yeah.
We saw Swaby's header before. It went into the back of the net. Not quite as a nicer ball with the same amount of pace on it. But
I think City will need some serious copper time here. Kawano is going to launch it forward now. Mies in the mixer there. Latinovic up and away by Downs. Up for Pollara. It's nice feed again from Maximus Pollara. Towards Mies. Cut out. Yongtun. He's going to have to go forward. Can he get the ball to sit down for him? Romuro's there for company. Kim. Doesn't have any space at all. Gets through one player. And then another. Get through one more. He cut massive sliding challenge from Greg Downs. He might have got ball first, but the studs are up and he went straight through the player after he did that.
So I think it was actually the first foul.
Oh,
on
first
Kim.
foul, right.
Yeah,
right.
so straight away, Downs, in no uncertain terms, told Copper what he thought about that, and Copper very quickly pointed to the first foul, which
Right.
I didn't really see, but that was a challenge by Downs.
Yes. Strong. As I said, ball first. I don't have as many problems with that. Humphrey will send it in now. Hashimoto almost on the end of that. Again, it just hasn't set up for City today. Here's Galt. Said he's got some wheels. Can he get through Yongtuan? Shane in some space. There's Wilcox now. Wilcox just bodies him. These two would have gone at it at training many a times back in the day. Shane again. Mies can't sort his feet out. Hashimoto's just come into midfield now. I think it's going to be everyone forward for Lonnie City as the referees picked up a little foul on Greg Downs. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain.
Lovely bit of experience there from Greg Downs. Just the little yell as he got hit there. Just letting the referee know, yeah, I've been touched. It might have been minimal contact, but nonetheless, it was a late challenge. And Kingborough with a free kick with not very long to go at all.
Get straight back up. That's Greg Downs. City is sitting 4 players high still. So Kingborough matching that. They're just going to need to get it forward. Downs goes forward as well, looking for Lutmer, and it's well away from the Lions captain. And the work back from both Lions centre-backs is intense here. Latinovic.
City still happy to play out from the back despite needing to chase the game.
Yeah, they probably need to get it a little bit more launched than what they're currently doing. They're just getting caught up in this midfield, but avoiding probably the head of Lutmer is a good idea. Rawlings, it's just not hit well enough. Oh, it's McShane with the back pass. It looked like he was trying to put that on bottom bins for half a second. Didn't hit it well enough to do so, as Kawano will mop up. Swabi, his ball's a little bit under hit as well. Just the bobbly turf today has not really helped City too much either. Latinovic, Pilara now.
Yeah.
Can Lions get the 3 points here? We're right at the death. Pilara again doesn't cut inside. Massive challenge from Latinovic. He's been superb in this last 15. Taylor now.
Here they go.
It's Rawlings. You've got to give it back to Taylor, and he does. He takes too long with it, but gets fouled in an interesting area. Kingborough players are up in arms about that. They get a yellow card for it as well. And the crowd is absolutely piled up in here. Everyone's come out of the club room.
Yeah, have a look in the corner there. You barely even got anywhere to stand. It's great to see. Football well and truly alive down in the Kingborough region. Now, what can Humphrey do from this one? We saw him having a sider before. I feel like this one's probably not going to be a shot. I reckon he's going to try and whip it, land it in between that 6-yard box, but it's actually Taylor that's going to be taking this one instead.
Yep, he's placed it.
Yep. Same goes, though. He's going to try and land this one just in between the penalty spot and 6-yard, and then you hope that one of those tall timber from City can potentially get on the end of it and keep their title hopes alive.
Angus Taylor over this one. Can Lonnie City win it at the death here at the Den? The tension builds for this free kick as Kingborough make one more sub. Pilara comes on. And straight away, they're into it. It's Taylor, chips it up. It's Rawlings off his back. McShane away, not cleared. Swabi's going to have a little bit of time, and McShane does well just to hold that one up.
Copper looks at his watch.
It's not the delivery that they probably wanted there on that free kick. And good probably tactics from Fennick to hold the play up for extra second as player goes down, and it's well cleared by Greg Downs.
No one's there to take the throw from City.
No, everyone's forward. They've literally got no one.
Yep.
Angus Taylor's the deepest player.
Yep.
On the edge of the circle. Everyone is forward for City. Swabi falls again. The turf again just doesn't help the striker. And Galt's up forward. He's in a one-on-one foot race with Humphrey. He goes for it. Humphrey just nods it back. Clark does well to free his hands. Can they go forward again? Men in the white and black. It's a long ball. It's nodded away by Lutmer again. It's Vidal. Goes forward. Galt's onside here. He's in behind. Clark's going to have to get that goal. Gets there first, but cannon's off the City keeper.
Copper looks at his watch again.
Humphrey.
Can't be long to go.
Wilcox now. Ball into Yongtun. Goes around the corner. Greg Downs is there again. Cordoning him off into little pockets of space he doesn't want to be in. It's a ball in behind, and I thought that was going to sit up for Angus Taylor, and it doesn't quite. Just a little bit too much on it from Mac Wilcox. It was a decent sort of idea.
Yeah, it's the right ball. I didn't actually think it was that far away from Taylor. He kind of gave up on it. I don't know if he maybe could have got to it. He'd probably know better than us, but gee, it would have been a nice chance for City to be able to curate.
Kawano goes long. Latinovic back in. It's another Lions touch. Every touch from the Lions is one that City just can't really afford. Lutmer with the head back, and Kawano's going to be able to sit on this one.
Count it, 2, 3.
Yeah, this is the benefit of playing at home. You don't have the supporters having to count you. Doesn't take too much time with it. Does go long. Nice head away by Hashimoto. Humphrey's got Downs for company. Earns a free kick. And that was a little bit cheeky, but there is a ball there.
No rush.
Half the chance of
at the back. You got to wait for your tall timber there.
Humphrey's going to try and put this one in the mix-up. The Vuvuzelas are out. They want full time here at the Den. Long ball in. Sliced up in the air. It's near Swaby, who goes down. And there is a free kick. And it's full time here at Kingborough. 1-1 is the final score. And you hear the sound of South Hobart people celebrating on the stream. Unfortunately, that makes the equation for Lonnie City very difficult in this fascinating title race. It's a bit of a heartbreaker for them, and you can see the air just sort of come out of the stadium a little bit. It was a pulsating finish to this one.
Yeah, City will be very disappointed not to get the 3 points there. They came down south. They probably started a little slow. They had their chances, but just weren't quite able to finish. But a 1-1 draw, probably a pretty fair representation of this game, where Kingborough also had their chances. Rowan Pitt with a couple of one-on-ones that were well saved by Clark, and then one into the post as well. But, gee, City will be disappointed. They were right there. They were this close to potentially still being alive in this title race. But as you say, I think I can hear Max Clark yelling from the Eastern Shore right now.
Yes, I think full credit to Kingborough as well. You have to really say they had a good game and probably had the better of the chances, to be honest. There was a few that Lockie Clark made some good saves, a few that maybe Rowan Pitt might have wanted to have back. Look, they won't be celebrating or anything with that result, but I think they'll be very happy given the way that Lonnie City have been playing in this last half of the season.
Yep.
They've been absolutely superb. And Kingborough, to their full credit, have come with a game plan today and made it very, very hard for them. And probably unlucky not to walk away with all 3 points in some respects.
Yeah, and you hope for City now. Obviously, they're still not quite 100% dead for the season, but you hope that next year now that they all stick together, they keep this group together, because they've found something here. They've got a really talented group with a good blend of local talent, good young local talent, and some quality overseas players as well. They'll be disappointed, but God, they should be put out of the way that they've played over these last few weeks.
Absolutely. And just those circumstances, midweek game, coming down to hard pitch to play on, and without Toby Simeone too, it's just those bits of luck throughout the season that don't always break your way if you need to win a title.
And just quietly, how good are these scenes right here, right now? You've got all of the Kingborough youth players running onto the field, getting around their senior players. I reckon there's probably close to 100 kids out there right now, and you can only see Noah Mees' head up there. There's a few of the Kingborough players who aren't all that tall that are probably the same height as some of those under 12 and under 14s. But well, what a cracking moment for Kingborough. And although they didn't get the 3 points today, it was a good celebration of how well Kingborough have gone this year, and that they were well and truly in this contest today, and probably feel a little bit unlucky not to get the 3 points.
Absolutely, agree with that. It's a fascinating game. One that probably could have broken open to be a 3-all game, a 3-0 win. It ends up being, or 0-all, it ends up being a 1-all. Is the final scoreline with a goal to Hugo Schwartz, and for City, it's a goal to Thierry Swaby. And it makes another twist in the tail of this NPL season. We'll see if there are any more coming up for us in the last couple of rounds. Thanks so much for joining us here today for it. It's been a great one to bring it to you from Lightwood Park. My name's Alex Murray for Zach Peace. It's bye for now.